Welcome everybody to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my brothers Damon and Ja'Quari Armstrong. This is uh this is the podcast in which we have conversations with good people, picking their brains, them picking our brains, and just taking us to the point where we want to learn from each other. So let me go into my beginning segment. It's called Big Dog Perspective. And what I want to do is speak on uh, the role of men in our community. Because over the years, I've always had a certain standard that I saw and really spoke on and was able to absorb. You know, the working man, going to work every day, taking care of your children, being strong when everyone else is weak, and all these different things. And as I gotten older, I realized just how rigid that way of thinking was. You know, I've always tried to be strong in the way that I moved because I knew that I had people depending on me, and you never know, who's watching. And so this is why I wanted to speak on this today. Sometimes you have to be flexible in how you think about things. You should never feel because you are compassionate about something or someone that shows weakness. And I want to call BS on that because sometimes, man, for your own mental health, you need to be as authentic as you could possibly be. What I try to do is promote honesty because that's where I feel is the most important thing for me to communicate to people. Because what it does is when I'm being honest and not trying to harm people, I'm showing compassion for strangers, people that I know, people that I love, hell, people that I hate. Right now, I'm bathing in that kind of energy. I could sit there and tell you guys how I'm rough, I'm tough, and all this, and I'm this, I'm that, I'm so and so, and can be perfectly right about it. But I also can tell you this how many people other than my family I care about, that I take care of. I just don't want to ever, and this is the point I want to make, I just don't want to ever fall into the trap that people who see that side of me make me feel I'm supposed to, like, hey, man, you need to look at me, pay attention to what I'm doing, and I should get some consideration because I'm doing these things. And the reason why I don't want to fall into that trap is because I do them because I want to, not because I want to impress somebody, not because I want people to look at me differently. It's because I want to. That's all I wanted to say. Let's get on with this situation, folks. Jaquari, how you doing today, my brother?
I burn like fire, cool like water, and stand strong like a mountain. You can't stop me.
Okay, okay. Damon, how are you, sir?
Basking in my potential, man. Seeing what comes next.
10-4, 10-4. Friend to the show, my son, Keith Armstrong. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm tired, but I'm happy to be here.
Okay, okay. Well, these two young men are new to the show, so I saved them for last. Welcome to you, Vaughn, and
Pleasure to
you,
be here. Pleasure to
Zachary
be here.
Williams. How your brothers doing today?
Welcome.
Welcome, brothers.
Blessed
Cool,
and
cool,
highly
cool.
favored.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You guys had a good day today?
Mm-hmm.
Good day.
Sure did.
Cool. All right, well, let me just give a chronological order on how this episode came about. I'm gonna shout out Stacy Chauncey because it was based on the conversation that he and I had. Um, he wanted to direct the episode, so he called me and gave me this topic. But I've always thought about this topic, and me and my brothers always thought about doing a show just like this. But basically, what it is me and my brothers, I feel as though we're some wise individuals, right? Very discerning, you know, uh, empathic, and great human beings. But also, that's just one side. I want to go younger, but right now we got these 30 somethings right now. You feel what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? These
That's
30 somethings. They're
those
youngins.
those bridge builders.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedies. And we David Davis is going to be joining us a little later. You know, he works till 7:30. He'll be around 8 o'clock or so. But all these guys are our family. We know their parents. We know that they're great human beings because of their parents, and we want to hear their side of life, and that's the truth about it.
Hey man, it just dawned on me, man, the amount of family members we had on this show. That's
We've had a lot.
that's to tell the world, man, the amount of talent that runs, in us. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's something to be said about that. It really is.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Since you're new to the podcast, Vaughn and Zachary, why don't you just give us? And we talked about the 2 minutes. You don't have to go to 2 minutes, but tell us about yourself. Tell us where you're coming from. You know who you are. Shout out to people that you know you need to acknowledge, and we'll go from there. We'll start with you, Vaughn.
Yeah, man. I'm Vaun Chauncey, from Ypsilanti, by the way of Detroit, Michigan. Um, Tony's son, as you can see. um, yeah. Husband, father. Um, yeah, that's it, pretty much. In a nutshell. Definitely got to shout out moms. My pops, Mario, my uncle Stacy, grandfather, Raymond Chauncey. Definitely got to shout out Big J, man, Johnny Chauncey. Yeah, man, we in here. Oh, guys, never can't forget Dominique and Simon too. You
No
know,
doubt. No doubt.
Simon all the way across the water.
Okay. Hey, but
Uh,
look, hold on. You done named all the important folks, but you don't forget about the house, man. Talk about the
oh yeah,
boss
definitely got to shout
and
out
the real
wifey.
boss.
Definitely got to shout out wifey, Miss Chauncey, Charnay Chauncey, and I'm pretty sure she tuning in.
Okay. Okay. Cool. What about baby girl? You want to tell the
Oh
world her name?
man, see, if you hear her name, she's gonna come out the room and want to be a part of the
Okay. Okay.
show.
All
But shout
right.
out to my baby, man.
Cool. Hey, Zach, tell
Yes,
us
sir.
about yourself, brother.
Well, I'm a 33-year-old man, single, no kids, entrepreneur, HBCU college grad, a lover of many things, uh, master of many talents.
No doubt.
Hey, is that from your tender, man?
Yeah. No, it's called black. It's Tinder for the white people. It's called black. We got our own.
No doubt.
Yeah,
No
we
doubt.
got our own now.
No, go ahead and
But
promote that thing.
huh?
I said, go ahead and promote that thing, boy. To throw it out there now. You know.
But
Standing tall with that, boy. I hear you.
Right. But shout out to rest in peace to my Grandma Emma, and Grandpa Brothas, all the Williams side, my dad, my mama, my creators,
No doubt.
and my sisters, my twin sisters, my nephews, all my family. I love y'all. Is this a tobacco smoke friendly show?
Oh, yeah, man, do what you do, dog.
Hey, man, you know what? You decide, brother.
Hey, look, hey, Zach, the world looking at you, dog. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
they been looking. Now they get to hear me.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, Keith, welcome back, brother. Welcome back to you.
Thank you for having me, man.
You know,
What's up? What's
talk
up,
about it a
nephew?
little bit, man.
Um, for the people who don't know me, my name is Keith Dion Armstrong Jr. I got my dad's namesake. Played basketball for, until I was 25. I'm 30 now. Uh, I was able to, play professional. I played in Italy and Peru. Um, I was, lucky enough to play, you know, in those countries. I went to 3 different colleges, graduated at the second one, then was able to get another degree at the third. So I was grateful for that. Graduated at East Carolina, and then the next one was Winston-Salem State. Right now, I have my own business. I help build websites. That's a new branch that I've been able to do, and been clothes, fashion, arts, visual arts. That's been my main focus. Since I was able to do it. Besides the basketball thing. So I'm grateful to be able to do that right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, so does your website building company have a name?
The company is called Boog Anonymous, BOOG Anonymous, ANONYMOUS. It's an acronym. Be original over generic.
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's the
Zach,
logo behind me. That's Kibo. I got him right here too. Promote him as much as I can.
okay. We look at the bottom of the screen, folks. You know, we got his information right there. Um, Damon Jaquari, you have anything to add to this particular episode?
You say, hey, nephew, you said Kibo, man. You know that got a lot of history, man.
I
Your
told him
great,
about
did you?
yeah.
You say, let me know. Let me know.
Your great grandfather used to call your dad Kibo, and he used to call me you. Hey, you. Do what he doing. Yeah, he used to call your dad Kibo.
Yeah, he told me I stole it from him. I said, I didn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Keyboard.
Oh yeah. Damon, talk about what you expect from this episode today. What do you want to get from it?
You know what, man? For me, it's a privilege to have these young brothers on here, man, because they are the next generation, and they did not disappoint, man. You know what I'm saying? These young brothers handling their business. I mean, across the board, we got a married man on here who's a dedicated father, beautiful daughter. Zach, man, entrepreneur. This man is handling his business. You know what I'm saying? He say it, and then he do it. Keith, my nephew, man, this brother, man, is world traveler. Got a brilliant mind, man. You know what I'm saying? And got a lot to give to the world, man. So, I'm proud of these guys, man. David coming on soon too. They about their business, man. And I'm very proud of you guys, man. Real talk.
Appreciate that.
Definitely.
Jaquari.
Hey man, I sat around. and think about, you know, conversations that me, you, and Damon have had, Keith, man, about how how our family is, man. You know, how we don't really have a solid connection to, you know, the young men in particular in our family, man, who were basically walking in our footsteps. You know what I mean? Uh, it's a situation, man, that, you know, I'm a prideful person, man, but, you know, the fact that I'm not close to Zach and Vaun, you know, and David and a couple of other guys, man, you know, I'm ashamed of that. I'm ashamed of that, you know, because you would think that there was some kind of animosity there, but we just don't know each other, and it's not because of you know, any kind of negative, you know. Life just got in the way, man, and that's not an excuse. So I'm looking forward, you know, I'm looking forward, as I said earlier, man. I'm, you know, trying to build some bridges, man. You know, I'm here, you know, and I want you to know me, and I want to know y'all. So that's what this is for.
Okay, okay, Zach. So Zach, if anything, what do you want to, what do you think you want to take away from today's episode?
Well, I mean, I believe, you know, this episode will be, you know, men sharing, learning. I mean, it's it's some stuff that, you know, you may know that I don't. You know, different generation. So it's all about learning. You know, that's really my favorite thing to do is figure out, because when you know the past, you know you know the future. So that's what I expect to get out of it. It's just, you know, knowledge from my elders, and, you know, and you know, a bond. Because black, you know, this is good because black men do need to, you know, talk more. Because we
Yeah.
don't. We just be in our shell, back and forth to work, making money. You know, just worry about the people in our bubble, not the people outside. So
Okay.
yeah.
Keith.
Man, I'm just happy to be here with my older cousins, my uncles, and my dad. To be quite honest, I don't really got nothing else to say about it. It's having conversation. I haven't, you know, I talked to Zach time and time again, you know, but it should be more. And I haven't really got a chance to talk to Vaun, you know. Uh, I'm just excited just to be here, to be able to just have a conversation and just see their face, man. You know.
Mm.
Okay.
And Cuz did my logo too. Zam Freight LLC. If y'all need dispatching, you know, I dispatch, you know, semi trucks, box trucks, cargo vans, whatever. Hot shot.
No doubt. No doubt. That's what I'm talking about. Vaughn, what about you, sir?
What's up? Oh man, I'm just here to connect some dots. You know, that's really it for me. Learn some other perspectives other than mine, and share some perspectives that I have. That's really about it with me.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Um, I think the funny thing about it, Jaquari said something earlier about a connection, right? And he also said that everybody was in the process of living their lives. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about it is our parents did a very good job in instilling a work ethic in us. I'm talking about everybody on this panel and just family because we're about our grind. If you know anything about our family, that's what we do, we work. You know what I'm saying? But what my mother and father taught me was that sometimes you got to stop, not completely, but slow up at least, and talk to people that's family. You feel me? Like when Zach was in school, when he was in Virginia, and a little bit when he was at Tuskegee, I called him just to
That,
check on him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, there was short conversations, but like, yo, look, you good? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing profound.
I need 20. I need 40. You got
Hey, look,
20?
hey, Zach, them twos and fews is some great shit when you're in college, ain't it?
Hey
Get
man,
by.
what part of Virginia was you in?
I was in I was at Concord University, and it was outside of Princeton. What Princeton, West Virginia. It's right by Bluefield.
Yeah.
Right by
Okay.
Bluefield and Berkeley, West Virginia. It was in it was a D2 out there. It's crazy. One of the players on Miami Heat was in my conference. He
Oh, man.
played for Willing was a Jesuit.
What was his name?
Hold on.
He one of the undrafted cats.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Vincent.
It might be. Hold on. I forgot. I just figured it out the other day. Because I left there. I transferred to Tuskegee. I lived the best life at Tuskegee.
Hey, look, let me tell you this. While you looking for it, like, here's the funny thing. Ja'Quari moved down here, and he decided to go to North Carolina. He's a graduate cum laude, North Carolina Central. I'm gonna big my brother up. You know what I'm saying? And at Central, the ratio was at the time was 20-1, something like that. And Ja'Quari went there to play football at first. So he went on, it was like a recruiting thing, you know what I mean? And he was an older guy, but he was still playing football. So they took us out like we was recruiting and all that, and we just so happened to be there on a Wednesday. And in North Carolina Central, it's called Chicken Day, right? And
Chicken Wednesday.
yeah, I didn't lose my mind, but I looked at Ja'Quari once we stepped into that cafeteria. I looked at Ja'Quari and said, "Hey man, it looks like you're home. I think you're going to be coming here." You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was crazy.
Man.
It was crazy.
It simply changed my life, man. It did.
But this talking about Tuskegee, man, and Central, and shit. Keith went to Winston-Salem State. David, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Yo,
What's going on, man?
What's the word?
Everybody,
What's going on,
David
cuz?
Davis. I'm gonna tell you something really funny real quick, and then we're gonna go to you, David, then we're gonna get into the whole situation, right?
Oh yeah, Haywood Highsmith.
Oh, Highsmith. Okay.
Oh, Heisman. Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Well, Keith graduated from East Carolina University, right? So he transferred to Winston-Salem State over in Wake Forest. So he had a girlfriend when it was time to move in. So he had to go up to the gym to meet the coaches. And it just so happened we had two cars. We're driving ahead of Keith and them, right? He's driving behind us. And as we're driving past the arena, the cheerleaders, it's like 90 degrees. The cheerleaders are having practice in front of the arena, right? So his mother, Kia, bumped me like, "Keith." She said, "Did you see that?" And I'm pretending, "No, I ain't see nothing." What was it? "So you ain't see them cheerleaders up there?" I said, "No, I ain't see that." You know what I mean? So we get there. So we getting out to go meet the coach. Keith gets out, his face kind of tore up a little bit, right? I said, "What's wrong, man?" He said, "When we drove past my girl, who was a nice looking woman, my girl seen those cheerleaders, and I'm driving, Dad, and she grabbed me as soon as she seen me. And a week later, they broke up." So
That's
look,
not
man,
funny, man.
it,
That
it
part
ain't
was
nothing like
funny.
it ain't nothing like them woo woos, Jack.
but
I don't know what you talking about.
David, man, how you doing, brother? Welcome back.
I'm good, man. How everybody doing?
All right, hold
Good,
on.
bro.
Some construction going on, Damon. But
Man,
I know you're getting off work, man. Everything good with you?
Oh yeah, I'm good, man. It's ready to be up out of there.
Okay.
It's been a
Okay.
day. It's been a day today, but we good now.
Okay. So you understand, I sent you the question. You understand what we're talking about today, correct?
Yeah, yep. Mhm.
Okay. So is there any expectation that you have of coming away from it? It don't have to be all that grandiose. Is there anything that you want to get out of it?
No, I just enjoy the different perspectives and and stories and see
Okay.
how it see how it all correlates to me.
Okay.
Me and Vaun talk a lot. So
Huh. Okay.
Yo, David,
what's going on?
yesterday, what you doing, man? You Taekwondo? What's going on? Taekwondo? What you got going?
You said yesterday. You said yesterday.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
night you said you had some workouts. You getting in shape.
Oh yeah, man. I've been on this little little schedule, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I go 3 times a week after work.
That's what's
So
up,
Tuesday,
bro.
yeah,
Cool.
You
Tuesday
got
through
training.
Thursday. Yeah, trainer, yeah. Mhm.
What you
Yeah.
do?
You said what do I do?
Hmm.
No, we just be working on the core. I start off with cardio, then we get into some weights, and just pretty much trying to slim it
Oh, I
down and
thought he said some
tone it up.
taekwondo shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was talking
yeah.
about. I do want to learn jujitsu one day though, so that's gonna
Oh,
be
okay,
interesting for
No
okay.
doubt.
sure.
No doubt.
That was a
Yeah,
rumor that
yeah,
we heard yesterday. I'm glad I had to ask you first.
yeah. Nah, man, it's just I've been trying to be a lot more disciplined
Okay.
to the schedule because you take one day off and then that one day turn into a week off.
Domino
So
sign.
it's like
No,
you know.
hold on, man.
That's that
Hold
third
on.
one.
Y'all ain't supposed to be set. You ain't supposed to be talking like that until you in your 40s, man. That y'all too
Yeah.
young for that shit.
Man, you
Stop
ain't never
that.
too young, man. This world big, man. I need it
Yeah.
all. By the
Uh,
time I'm 40, I need to have it.
Right.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
No, I'm talking about y'all metabolism is still on high, man. Y'all need to be, you know what I'm saying? All of
Man,
Oh
that
man.
shit you
I
Yeah,
thought my joint slowed down at
I'm
30.
paying. I'm
Man, my
paying
Man,
shit
for a lot of.
stove.
I'm paying
but
for a lot of decisions in my 20s, man. I had a group called FOB, so
Yo.
yeah, I was taking a lot of plates to town.
no doubt. No doubt.
Bags,
Talking with the
like
everything.
rounds.
when Keith said earlier that he was tired, I'm like, well, shit. When I was 20 something years old, man, shit, it was weeks where I didn't even sleep the whole week.
Did not sleep.
And guess
Yeah,
what I
Man,
did? I didn't sleep.
hey,
sleep 2 days, 3 days a week, Jack.
I
Man.
know
whew.
we used to go, me and Jaquar used to go to Black Bike Week almost every summer for like what 5, 6 summers straight.
Yeah,
And we would go down there and we would not sleep from Thursday all the way up to Sunday. Would not go to
yeah,
sleep.
man. It was heavy, Jack.
Man,
Heavy.
I'm not. I ain't gonna lie
What
to
is
you,
that?
man.
Myrtle Beach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tell you,
now
man.
It'd be a hell of a trip, man, if we could all get together.
that's true. I think we need to plan that. We definitely need to plan
Oh yeah,
that.
no doubt.
Well, just the fellas, or you talk about
Yeah,
everybody?
the fellas, man.
Oh yeah, before we get
Fellas
started
first.
too.
Fellas first.
Talking
Yeah.
Boy, I
about
can't
trips.
get out.
I seen Uncle Essie on Saturday, man, and he was grilling me about the family reunion.
Okay.
Mm.
Hey,
He told me to bring it up. He said, man, you better not get on there. You don't bring it up. I said, hey, I can plant the seed. We see what
look.
happens.
First of all, I'm gonna call Uncle Essie and I'm gonna let him know to quit putting it off on everybody else, and he needs to do it. You know what I'm saying?
He said it's our turn. He said it's our turn. The young generation.
Look. He and I get.
Yeah, he been saying that for about 25 years now.
He and I get into it all the time. Like, look, you're a great manager. You manage things very well. You know what I'm saying? You need to do, and you need to. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But this is what we're gonna do. Just to let everybody know. Um, the topics that we're gonna be touching on today, guys, is family. What you think about family, your greatest memories of family, you know what I mean, and what your expectation to go further with family, okay? And then the second thing is relationships. We got one man, we really got four married individuals up here, but three of us is old heads. We got one youngin that's married, you know what I'm saying? And you could get, and Vaun, you're more than capable enough to give us your opinion, right?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and the single guy, I don't want you to spit no venom, but I want you to give us some realness now on your experience when it comes to it. I know Keith has a girlfriend, so I want to throw that out there, so he won't be you know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen. All right.
So
Hey,
that's
you
what
gotta
we.
start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
So that's what we're gonna start from there, and then and, hopefully it's gonna evolve from that. So what we're gonna do is we're pretty much we treat it at the halfway point, but we usually go further than this. But Jaquari's segment is up, and it's on you, Jaquari.
All right. Name my segment is called Uncle Supposed Say. All right. Are you tired of things like Instabook and Facegram at night when you find yourself ha- having to make sure all your electronics are plugged in and charged up, so you can secure your artificial connection to the person right next to you? I have, and I know a bunch of other people who have too. I tell you what, by today's standards, if you haven't knowingly made yourself late because you ain't got 100% on your phone, you ain't popping. We turned into a society that is no longer relationship driven. That's the larger population as a whole. What about our community? We've always had a satellite society. And what I mean by that is we've never been accepted into anything mainstream from the beginning. We've always had to innovate some shit. The original content creators, that's who we are.
Yeah.
Not no more. We drink the same Kool-Aid as everybody else. Social media, religion, politics, what have you. Don't matter. The world only looks at us for fuckery now. Ain't that a bitch? I think we got to stop being tied to the modern and start teaching our kids how to make shit again. Personally, I've been trying to figure out, how to do for self, become more self-reliant, so to speak. That's just me. But where do we get started? When do we get started? I'm not beating nobody up. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm a part of the problem myself. You know, we got to make some changes, fellas. And I think platforms like this, conversations like this, interactions like this is exactly where we need to start. And that's what I say.
Okay. Okay, I got you, dog. Um, this is what we're gonna do. We will start. Let's do this. Perk this shit up a little bit. Let's start with relationships first, and then
Hey,
we'll.
man, hold on, wait a second. Perk it up. That shit was heavy.
You said some deep shit, didn't you, brother?
First of all,
You laid that shit out. Everybody can follow that shit, man.
Hold on.
No, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody slapping no
We
fingers.
can definitely.
You know what I'm saying? He covered all the bases, man. You skip past it, bro.
We can talk
Can
about
I finish? Because don't I always give everybody their flowers, man? This is what I'm talking about. What I was saying was, no, listen. What I was saying was,
he said lead with that.
Look, what I was saying was, let's perk this up because the choir just inspired me to get this thing going. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First and foremost, let's start with relationships first. All right? Now, Vaun, we're going to let you go last, brother. You know why? Because you are happy. The way you explained to us last night, you explained happiness to us. You feel me? So that's cool. The funny thing about it is, Jaquar, for real, man, you gave everybody chills with that shit, bro. I ain't gonna bullshit you. That was crazy. But I want to start with Zach. Because Zach had some, they weren't harsh words, but there was matter-of-fact words when it came to relationship.
Oh, man.
Talk to us, man. All right, let's do this, Zach. What is your definition of the perfect relationship?
The perfect relationship?
Your definition. Yours.
Oh, man.
Hey, give it up.
What do you want?
Give it up. Give it up like you usually do, man.
No, but for real. The perfect relationship, that's great. I don't know if I believe in a relationship anymore. But anyway, the perfect relationship is probably man, it's just a woman that can just sit there and be quiet. Why?
Oh my God. Hey, let him elaborate on that, man.
Go ahead and elaborate. Zach, elaborate on that, brother.
No. A perfect relationship would be just someone that you could be around, but they running their business, they doing what they gotta do. And I'm over here making money, doing whatever I gotta do, working. We can work side by side, but we ain't gotta say nothing to each other. Just our presence, you know what I'm saying, means a lot. And then at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we can, be lovey-dovey and cuddle and things like that. But, we can be around each other, but we ain't gotta, clog it, take away our space. Because, as soon as you get in a relationship, they be all, oh, you can't breathe. But I don't do relationships.
Okay.
All these girls cheating. These hoes, they all cheating. They all in relationships. And they cheating with me, so I know they cheating. So,
hold on. So what you're saying, Zach, is this. You don't trust them not because you was betrayed, it's because you are part of the betrayal.
we all been betrayed.
Okay.
That's the name of the game.
So is that part of why you feel the way that you feel, or?
No.
Okay.
It's not even it. But I just know it is. I know what it is. And, females, they always gonna, like, if you don't give them enough attention, like, I'm busy. Like, I'm running, I'm doing, like, 4-5 things at a time. Just because I don't give you attention, I don't mean you give away my attention to someone else. Even though nothing happened, still, you know what I'm saying, talking to another dude, you get cut off.
you know what? What's so crazy about it is, as you continue to speak, Zach, you made a lot of damn sense. You know what I'm saying? Because what I got from it is the simple fact that you have a goal, a purpose of where you want to be, and
Exactly.
nothing is getting in the way of that. Am I close?
Facts.
Okay. So you will have time for someone in your 40s then, once you're established and doing what you have to do, or do you want this complete freedom, period?
You know, I mean, in a minute, I'm gonna have complete freedom no matter what. So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
it just don't. It don't matter what happens. Life, you know what I'm saying. Whatever happens with life, I can't really predict anything in the future. But if you find a solid one, you hold on to it. But for now, it's for the streets.
Okay.
For the streets.
Look. Zach is living by the gun and he's dying by the gun. That's what he's doing. Hey,
Man.
David, we going in a
Hey,
certain order. David,
I mean, y'all married now, but when you 6'5" and and up.
look at you. Look at you. Stop playing. Look, my wife think I'm 5'11", man. Don't give away my shit. Hey, David, we going in a certain order, man. What is your take on it, brother?
um,
Nigga, he parsing his words now.
Hey, look. First of
He
all,
he ain't trying to fall into no trap. He ain't trying to be backed in no corner.
like you.
hold on, because he was trying to get Zach to be honest, and now David over here bullshit. Look at him. Come on,
Nah,
dog.
cause I know Zach give it up for real. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Well,
He
you
kill it.
giving it up today?
I mean, I'm gonna give it up. Yeah, I mean, I would say this.
Okay.
Ask me, what's the exact question that you're looking for answer to? The perfect relationship?
In your eyes, what is the perfect relationship? Yours.
I think it's just being like spiritually aligned
Okay.
and understanding, compassion, and I mean, I don't really think it's a perfect relationship. But if you asking me what type of relationship I would want to be in,
Yes,
it
sir.
would include those things.
Okay. Now, what is
And
your expectation of a woman for you?
being my partner, being what I'm saying, being my right hand, like seeing the things that I don't see, like understanding who I am and where I'm trying to go and understand how you could inspire that or catapult that to a new level. And just support. Like not even just business, just period. You know what I'm saying? Like just cause I'll be honest with you, man. Um, it's a lot going on in these streets.
I'm clearing them out.
And it's not all coming from single people.
I mean,
So when I have these conversations, when I do have these conversations with women, it's always about, what the guy isn't doing and this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, so the moment that he's not doing something for you or doing something that you like, you think to come to me. And it makes you wonder, like, who am I really with? Like, how do you know how to trust somebody or make yourself that vulnerable to where you can see it? Because if I make one mistake, or even if I make a bunch of mistakes, if you decided to be with me, you decided to grow with me through whatever that is. And I don't feel like a lot of women nowadays are willing to grow. They kind of just want what they want, and when they can't get it, they'll go somewhere else to find it, which is cool. But they still want the respect of a woman I can't respect that. I mean, we're all adults, so you can do whatever it is that you want to do. But I feel like women have lost the identity of understanding like what it actually means to be respected by a man. Cause it's a movement going on, and I support it. I support women, especially my black women. But I just think that a lot of like the women, the community of women are losing the identity on what it really takes to have a real relationship. So you just got a bunch of situations, and like that's really what it is. And I don't really know how you get to a point where things feel perfect. Cause I ran across some women that I thought were happy on the outside looking in. You know, we all got social media, so you think they're happy, and then they tell you they're not happy, and it's like, damn. Like now, my whole perception has shifted of what happiness looks like, or what it actually is. So I don't think it's a perfect relationship, but any woman that I would be with, you know what I'm saying, I just need support, respect, and loyalty. And with those three things, I feel like whatever foundation you're looking to build could be built. But if I don't have those three, I don't really know what I could do with it.
No doubt.
Now we just having fun.
Okay. All right. Before we go on, let me just say this. One thing that my parents taught me, because they were young when they started having us. You feel what I'm saying? And that is, if you don't look at the human side of your mate, you're going to be surprised every single time. Love will make you want to blind yourself to flaws.
Right.
When you find your happiness is when you embrace the flaws, if you can deal with the flaws.
Right.
That's just my take on it, more than anything. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, though, man.
Hey, real quick, Luke, and then we're going to go to Vaun. I didn't mean to jump in like that, but go ahead. Knock it in the head, dog.
When you talk about embracing the flaws, man, you know what I'm saying? That's starting off negative, man. You know what I'm saying?
But if
When
that's
you
all
have
you
it, when you have the understanding that everybody has flaws, then you know what I'm saying, you look at it from your own personal perspective, man. Do you want to understand it? You know what I'm saying? If you want to understand it, then you understand that people recognize that you have flaws and shit. So when you come to that conclusion about yourself, you know what I'm saying, how judgmental are you going to be? Everybody got their own maturation process, man. Everybody does. You know what I'm saying? If it's a good person that you're dealing with, then you understand that, you know, people, you know, got things that they hide, vulnerabilities and shit. Everybody does. You know what I'm saying? To be judgmental in that fact, man, you being hypocritical. Am I making sense?
All right, well, where's the judgmental part at, though? I don't
The
know.
judgmental part is if you're dealing with somebody and they make a mistake that goes against what it is, whatever your constitution is, but you chose that person, then do you give them some leeway and say, you know what? There's a maturation process, there's a learning process that everybody goes through.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? You got to be honest about that. Now it's all degrees. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that's really jacked up, then you know what I'm saying, you got to keep it moving without animosity, because nobody changes you, man. You know, you come in with what you come in with, and you deal with yourself. You don't deal with nobody else. How can you change anybody, man? You can't. They got to go through their shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Big facts. Big
All
facts.
right, okay. Hey, Keith. Like I said, I'm doing this in order for a reason. It's on you, man. And I want you to walk on eggshells because you are in a relationship. So, what is your expectation of the relationship? Let me amend it a little bit. How about that?
I mean, to be quite honest, this like this between us, this getting to know each other, day by day, more and more, understanding each other. Um, uh, to be quite honest, what I like about the relationship I'm in now is the fact that we can cooperate in a way where we can get things done, you know, you know, and we have common interests as well, and I think that that helps, how our relationship. I for me, I just like I like to be happy. I like my peace, and the same. I know she liked the same thing too, and this spending time together, and I'm not. Yeah, I'm walking on eggshells for sure. She watching it now. So I'm just, I'm grateful that I have somebody who is there to support me, in that way. That's not my family. You know what I mean? And that's the main thing. And I just appreciate that because a lot of people don't even get the opportunity to even understand what that is, you know. And sometimes they just take that, they take it for granted. And I for me, I just I take it a day at a time. I don't like animosity. If animosity come, because it's a learning point. I think, you know, and understanding, what was the problem and figuring it out together, talking it through, so we can, we might not agree, but we could agree to disagree. You know what I mean? And just move on. And we might talk about it later, but we have a better understanding and we can have a better conversation. So like where I'm at right now, I'm just appreciating the moments, and just taking it, a day by day.
Right mindset, brother.
Man, Dave.
Right mindset, man.
Wow, that's funny. All right, listen. Before we go to you, Vaun, I want to say this, that we got people watching us. Please comment if you have any questions for our panel. Put them on there, and we'll address them. Because we want to hear from these guys, right? And also we want to hear from you guys what y'all want to talk about. So Vaun, you the OG of this little group we on. It's on you. So what you gonna do?
That's who I be talking to.
I don't get a turn, brother.
What you want to know? I mean, the same question, or is the question a little different for me?
Yeah, after Vaun, man.
Is the question still the same, or is it a little different for me?
All right, Vaun, what do you think, brother? You married.
As far as the perfect relationship?
Yeah, no. Listen to what I'm saying to you, because I don't want you to get in trouble, right?
Oh, no. Trust me, we definitely had a conference before.
He got that down, man. Don't worry about him.
No, speak on it. Speak on it and chisel out some of the flaws if you can. Just hypothetically, what would you change, Vaun? Since you're in a different mindset. If you won't change anything, that's cool too.
I wouldn't change one thing.
Okay. What makes you happy then, bro?
Shoot, I mean, peace. I mean, I come home to peace. I come home to a clean home, quiet home. They know as soon as I come home, hey, leave him alone, and then it's daddy time, then it's husband time, This knowing that you got somebody at home that got your back no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, just knowing that you have somebody that's loyal to you, somebody that a best friend. Put it right there. I'm gonna start there. That's my best friend. I married my best friend, and knowing that you have somebody you can talk to anytime you need to talk to somebody, knowing that you have somebody that knows you in and out. So when they see you going through something, they can pick up on it easy. I mean, those are just the things that help me. My wife is not a nagging wife. She do have her complaints, but I mean, that's comes with relationships. Um, anything else? I mean, that's really it as far as happiness. This peace.
Okay. Okay. Ja'Quari, bring us on
Okay.
home.
We gotta,
Okay.
we gotta, we gotta talk about what Ja'Cory said earlier. He killed that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll get back to it. I just wanted you guys to address this real quick. Go ahead, Ja'Quari. You had something to say?
Yeah, just shortly, just real quick, man. You never step in the same river twice, man. And you can apply that to relationships. Okay,
Yep.
things change, man. It's ever flowing. You know, the roughest times in my marriage in particular have been the times where I was solid, where I should have been rigid, and there's a difference. Solidity, man, it means there's no wavering. You don't move, no matter what. Uh, Rigidity, on the other hand, means that you have some bend. You don't break totally, but you bend. You got to bend. You know,
Absolutely.
because things change over the years, man. People change over the years. You know, but
Absolutely.
that's it.
Okay. Zach, so what exactly you wanted to address about what Ja'Quari said earlier?
I'm a little high, but it was a lot.
Hey, Ja'Quari, do you remember?
He
Uh,
You
talked
talk about the
about change, how we need to change and freedom, and become free, and basically just live off,
Self sufficiency, man.
be self sufficient.
Becoming self sufficient again, man. Because that was our bread and butter. Through it got us through Jim Crow. It got us through the '60s. Being innovators, man. Being people who are leaders of positive shit.
Yeah. And I actually started a new little journey, just like similar to that. It's called like correcting your status, like basically owning you, owning your name,
Okay.
because just because your name basically just being traded out, you don't own yourself. And like just like knowing that, it's crazy. Like just knowing like things like certain things like you're not supposed to be paying like uh let's say like DT bills or loans or anything like that. Like
oh,
it could be paid off with your account. Like just knowing like
absolutely.
there's a way to become free, and like
That social security number.
like you wasn't taught this and you didn't know this, and it just take like a lot of research because it's not out there. Like I had to buy stuff just to figure it shit out, you know? Like becoming free, like owning yourself, owning your name.
Are you talking about being sovereign?
No,
Okay.
no, sovereign, you'll be an enemy of the state.
All right. Well, all right. Let's do this because you touched on something, and I know that Keith, David, and Zach and Vaughn at one time became their own self-sustained journey as far as owning businesses and things like that, right? So, guys, let's address this real quick as far as what exactly put you on the journey, and we'll start with you, David. What exactly put you on the journey to have your own?
Um, when I wasn't liking that was given to me. I felt like I deserved more. I felt like I was put here to do more. And I'm just one of them people, like, instead of me asking for it, I'd rather just do it. So, it was kind of, I want to say I was around like, probably like 23. And it was just, like, people just kind of telling you, like, what you deserve, you know? Because I've always been a laid back type of person. So my personality can come off a little like, uh, don't worry, he won't worry about it. But it's like, I'm cool, but it's like I do worry about it. But I'm just not the type to complain to you. I'd rather just use that and just go do something myself. And once I see that I can contribute to, what I'm saying, successful results, then that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to see I can do it. And I didn't think that I could do it for a while, or just be this person because, just of the environment you in. And, like, it was just like the saying said, closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't open your mouth and kind of demand the things that you want, or even as far as like showcasing your personality, it's gonna give you crumbs. And I can't do nothing with crumbs. So in order for me to build the life that I want to build, I need to have the resources, and I just got tired of asking for it, so I just did it myself.
Okay. Keith, what put you on your journey? Because you were playing professionally overseas in South America, in Europe. What made you want to stop and pursue what you're pursuing now?
Shoot. Because as much as I love basketball, I just knew that it wasn't going to be there forever. Like I unfortunately, my life, bro, I had injuries. This weird, different type of injuries. Me growing and like I remember I was in sixth grade and I was in rec league practice. I was the fastest, the one that could jump the highest, all this, and I'm running into sprints, and my damn hip pop out. You know what I mean? Like I'm 11 years old. You know, like
Yeah.
that was just the reality for me. I'm like I'm in middle school with crutches. You know what I mean? Like it was just it didn't sit right. But you know, I always had the art. Always being able to draw. That was an outlet for me. I did it when I was in school when I wasn't supposed to. That was just something that I could do on my own, and I understood that. Like I felt like I had the ability to play in the NBA, but that was never my actual goal. You know, like I wanted to see, I wanted to see something different. You know what I mean? Like I just wanted to see the world. I just knew that I understood I was in the United States, and I understood the things that was in front of me that wasn't fair to me, but I understood that I'm still here. You know what I mean? And I could control my own destiny in that sense. Because my dad, I mean, that's what you said to me. You control your own destiny. And so, like what you said, you're bigger than the address that you live at. That type of thing that sticks. And it doesn't matter where I am. I'm my own self being, and I can do whatever I feel like doing. That's within my abilities. And I I had the opportunity when I got that computer when I had free time, and I just sat there and just followed it. I just went there, like what Zach was saying. You got to just learn. You got to research that shit, man. You got to sit down and just take time and just apply. You might not know. You might not know what you're going, where you're going, but like you're going to soon find it. And and especially, I know Vaun, Zach, Dave, everybody got everything to say. They give you all the advice, especially, and they not even been in that position where you've been at, you know. And it's like you you listen and you listen to it, but it's like they haven't been there, but you still got to appreciate the words. You know what I mean? and that's like, where can that apply? And if it doesn't apply, it doesn't apply, you know. But just remembering, like, people just taking the time out to actually just sit down and talk to you, you know, like, they don't have to do that. They know that you're doing your own thing, you know. It, you know, I mean, that's where I'm at with it. Just being able to, the things that I wanted to do, I've done it in some type of way, you know. And I just want to continuously do that, do it in my way, and keep on chipping at whatever I want to get. You know, I have no real money goal. I just want to just be happy and be able to take care of everybody that I can. You know, I got to take care of myself first, and that's the thing that I have to understand. That I grew to understand. Take care of myself first, and you can take care of other people.
Okay. Vaun, you started your journey earlier than the rest of the guys, and you put it on hold because family obligations. But what put you on to that journey? What made you decide to do
Um, well, I'm still on that journey. You know, it's just that, you know, when you're taking care of a family, it's just a slower pace than others, you know, versus when you're on your own. Nothing ever stopped. It's just slow motion. You know, some progress is better than no progress. But no, really, my uncle. I mean, Stacy. I mean, everybody already know. He been on the show a few times. You know, they know his story. He was a very big influence on me coming up, and I've been there with him. I was there with him from day one of his journey. So seeing that as like 9 years old, 8 years old, that always was instilled in me. Then knowing that I always had a passion or a certain presence when I'm around people to make people happy, that was really what it's all been about. Like, what's been about is just making people happy, putting smiles on people's face, and just making people look good while doing it, or looking good while doing it. That's it. Just putting smiles on people's faces, man. No real money goal. There's longevity. You know, something maybe I could pass down to the kid. That's it.
no doubt, no doubt. Zach, I need you to
Yes.
follow up because you put us on this line of questioning because most people and the people who know what you're into and what the things that you put in motion and the things that you created for yourself. Is there anything else that you would, any kind of advice that you would give people? You know, you don't have to go in depth if it's a secret squirrel thing, but just talk.
No, no, it's just every American. It's just every American right. Like we all have this right because we was born on this land, and we like before like it goes like back to before like the Treasury Department was came about.
Mhm.
Before the before the Treasury Department came out, like we each was worth like a certain amount of gold. But then that's when they invented credit. So
Hmm.
we all have like a certain amount of credit behind our name. That's just our birthright from being born on this land. And what people don't know is United States became a corporation back in I think it was like 1770 something. But whatever, United States became a corporation, and we all became what we call subsidiaries. We all like small companies underneath the company United States, and so that's basically like it's called like it's weird. Like we don't hear, but like in like I don't want to say the black market or whatever they call us like the nanny state because like we're kind of like property or we're the child of the United States because the Hugo Convention Treaty, if you read up on that, we're basically we're the we're the child of the United States. But you can also go back and own your name. You can get back. You can stand on your own and not be under the United States. You're still gonna be American. It's not sovereignty. Because sovereignty, you automatically enemy of the state. You still you claim America because that's what we live in. We live in America. The United States is just a corporation. This is America. So people don't understand. You know, it's America,
I don't
then
think you're the
Canada.
enemy of the state. Just think it makes it a little harder, more harder for you. But I don't think you're the enemy of the states, though.
With
I don't think.
sovereignty, I mean, you're
Yeah, I
not
don't think.
any of the state, but it's
I mean,
like,
when it comes, I had to deal with this as a law enforcement officer. So
Hmm.
basically, when you deal with sovereignty, basically what you're saying is, I have no, as a law enforcement officer, I have no jurisdiction over you.
right.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
pretty
what
much.
I think. That's what Zach is speaking to.
Well,
Hmm.
this is like it's correcting your status. It's
Yeah,
your
exactly,
citizenship.
exactly, exactly.
I
So
follow.
like
I follow.
so you will have to basically become a dual citizenship.
Hmm.
You'll have to find like a country that's a non-Hugo Convention treaty. Like I chose Dubai. I don't know why. I was gonna choose Nigeria, but they funny with their money over there.
Hmm.
Um, but you gotta pick a country that's not a part of the Hugo Convention Treaty. It's just like a dual citizenship. That's what it basically is. But it's like yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a dual citizenship.
I
But
got
you
one.
also you take yourself away off of the market. You take yourself away from the United States and you become your own, your
So
surname.
would you have to spend time in that other country that you got your other citizenship in?
No, no,
Okay. Okay.
So
no.
it's just in a nutshell, because really what you just did is that's like 3 or 4 episodes to be perfectly honest, because
Yeah,
that's the real shit right there, Zach.
it is.
So it is speaking from a business point of view is what you're speaking from, right?
Yeah, like from a
Okay.
business, like you from a business point of view, like you can be control of your own business because someone's control of your business right now.
Right.
And then like you don't understand like how much your business is actually worth. Like there's also money behind your business. Also, it's just credit, but you can learn how to turn credit to cash
Mm,
easily.
okay.
So, but like it's just standing on your own 2 feet. Like you your own man. Like
Yeah,
that's basically owning yourself.
it's all connected through the birth certificate system, man.
So you got to
Mhm.
go to exactly your birth
Social
certificate. Get
Security.
it all. Go get it authenticated. The social security number is the account number. That's where your account
Yeah.
is, where the money at. You know, they
Hmm.
say they say when
Yeah.
you born, you got 1.5 million from your father, you get 1.5 million from your mother.
Wow. Yeah. And
And then
also, man,
you gotta look into law. You gotta look into, black law. Like it's a lot of stuff though. You gotta read up on to see how can you pay off this house. All you have to do is give your deed to the account and get your house paid off. You just have to have enough. You just have to get the credit get approved, and you don't pay monthly on it because you're already worth that money.
Gotcha.
And really,
wow.
and really, you got 36 months to claim the money in escrow before the bank take it. So the bank already pays off your house, so they already made money off your house. Then you pay off your house plus interest. So the bank made 3 times the amount of money that you paid off your house.
It's real.
The
And
bank made three, or probably 4 times.
you're not even talking about the land they sit on, right?
Ain't even talking about that because when you correct your status, you can start. When you own the land, you really own it. Because when you don't, you don't own it. You really don't own anything.
Gotcha.
Right.
So when we were born through the birth certificate system or whatever, we're all basically, yeah, like corporations, and like the justice system uses that against us, because when
Right.
they take us when they take us to court, when the feds take us to court, it's basically like they're like in litigation with a corporation,
Mm-hmm.
and then it becomes that's what it becomes a money thing through the legal system.
Facts.
So yeah,
Cause then it's because you're not following common law. Because if you following common law, then you don't have to go through the stuff
right.
that you're going through.
Right, right. If it's common law, then a judge has no right or business even hearing that case. If it's
Mm-hmm.
if it's
So,
truly common law.
so let me just ask this question because you have a lot of information that a lot of people can benefit from, and I want you to think about this before you answer. If you're willing to come back on and just give us information to go seek these answers, we would
Yeah,
definitely appreciate it.
yeah. I mean, I'm in a process myself, but I take a lot of time. I take a lot of time to do stuff. Everybody know I'm slow. I'm not slow, but I'm slow to. But I do. But I take my time and I do research
Hmm.
before I press go.
Yeah.
I, I'm not slow. I just do it at my own pay scale. But it's just certain stuff like, damn, I'm 33 years old. I wish I knew. I would have
Yeah.
been tried to do some stuff when I had great credit before I messed it up. But that's
So,
See,
another
that's my
thing. Once you claim, what I'm saying, when you correct your status, you can. It's ways like it's affidavits. It's like certain, like you got to put like two, three, like three affidavits in. When we send them out and get that debt erased. It's like it's steps to do it. Like people probably don't want to do it, but it's like an easier way to live. Like it's just crazy, you know.
okay.
so
Like life is not.
what could you do with what could you do with an 870, man?
What a shit, a what? 100,000? What you want? $100,000? Credit, shoot, business credit. What?
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
What I rack up with an 870? I get you $1 million.
Probably from any major
We
credit card too.
Oh shit.
all credit cards.
No doubt. Hey,
Hey,
just what
man
we
said
know the
it.
truth.
Man said all credit cards.
This is
Hey
valuable
man,
information.
yeah, but Zach,
You can get the money though. You just gotta wait
you,
longer. If you want the
Yeah.
you
money,
do.
you gotta get put like 10,000. Take like 10,000 or more. Put it in the bank. Let it sit for 96 days. Let it sit for 96 days. After it sit for 96 days, you go in, but it got to be a business line. It got to be a business. You go
Mhm.
in. If you got an 870, they're gonna give you 100,000. They're gonna give you a line for 100,000. So just imagine if you do that with so many different banks at the same time.
Hey
No doubt.
man, it sound good, but you kind of threw me with the Joker laugh, bro. Shit,
All
I gotta chill. I gotta
Nah,
chill
man,
out.
it's so much information out here, man, to attain knowledge and different ways to come
right.
up, man. Like
Yeah,
it's not just one way nowadays
it's
to
real.
Shit,
come up.
with an
All the
eight,
different ways.
oh man, I live off the rest of my life off that eight.
All right, well,
I gotta
look.
talk. I gotta talk
I
to you,
get a
man.
trust fund
Yeah.
and I'll put everything in the trust fund.
And
And nobody can take
can't
nothing.
nobody fuck with it. Um,
I
let's
just, I
let
just heard,
let's
I just
let's
heard a
move on.
story. I just heard a story about the Kennedys. They did that. I guess one of the little brothers
Oh
got in
Oh
a car
yeah,
accident
yes.
and
yeah.
killed that girl. And then his parents
Mm-hmm.
told him to come home. And when he came home, they put first thing they did was sobered him up and put all his assets into the trust fund. So when her family came to sue, they couldn't take nothing because all his stuff was in the trust fund, the
Yeah,
family trust. I
yeah.
was like, cold game, cold
All right,
game.
all right. But look, let's do this, man. Let's move on because I want to cover this because, like I said, it was all family here. So
My
we'll start.
connection keep going in and out, so let you know. That's why I keep
We
popping in and
got you.
out.
Hey, David. I'm paying attention, man. you know, I like the way you're a commander. Hey, man, let me back in. Let me back in. You know, I got you. Family, because we spoke on this, and really and truly, the question I want to ask, and this is for you, Jaquar, and you, Damon, also. Um, do you feel, and we'll start with you, Vaughn. Do you feel that there is a generational gap with our family?
Absolutely,
Elaborate
absolutely.
on it, man. Elaborate on it. Why do you feel that?
And I feel like it's getting bigger. You know, yeah. I mean, from when we was kids, it seemed like our family, like when we was around each other, it used to be like a feeling, like a vibe, like a magical feeling, like back in the '90s. I'm gonna put it that time frame because that's all we know that's on here. It seemed like once our elders started dying, it seemed like we was like this, and it seemed like we just started slowly but surely doing this. And I don't know if it was because, like Jacory said earlier, if it was life getting in the way or what, but yeah, I just feel like there's no connection. Like I feel like a lot of you guys' generation is not connected to us, or maybe dropped the ball a little bit with us. Not everybody, but some people, and I feel like now in return, that's the type of love and treatment we got. So now we're giving that same type of love to the ones up under us, like that same disconnect or that same that gap. Like, yeah, and I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know, but that's just what it is. I just think like it seems like when the
Okay.
elders die, and when people start moving and relocating, I think that put a strain on things as well,
Okay.
as far as the gap.
So elaborate on drop the ball. What's
Um,
your opinion about
okay,
dropping the ball?
okay, just like when I sit, because I'm a very observant person, so I sit back and observe, and I just remember always hearing stories. Even now, when I hear you guys talk about when you guys was kids, and when your parents used to always have everybody together, like everybody used to be together, everybody came up as brothers and sisters, and I feel like when we came around, that stopped. I mean, we have our certain stuff. Like me and David, we like brothers. Me and Ken, we're brothers. But me and Zach, we came up, started off together, but we're not. I can't call Zach my brother. That's my cousin. I love him. But that us growing up together,
We
like
did
that,
grow up together.
like I can't go to Zach and be like, "Hey man, you remember when we did this? You remember when Aunt such and such had us all over here? And you remember when
Right.
we don't have that like you guys did." So that's what I mean by drop the ball. It's like you guys didn't keep us together like you guys was kept together. Like Keith said yesterday, was it today or yesterday, when you mentioned like you really don't know us. But I remember when you was born, I was around you a lot when you was a kid. But when you got older, life got in the way and
Yeah.
that disconnect, that gap, It's like I didn't know you played overseas. I just found that out today. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by that.
Yeah. I
That
don't
boundary.
know.
It's a lot of it's a lot of it's a lot of cliquish mentality. It's a lot of judgment maybe. It's a lot of resentment.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Um,
whoa, 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 whoa. Don't just say that shit and speed past
Just
because
well,
here's the thing.
okay,
No, 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 hold
yeah,
on, Bob.
uh,
I'm not picking on you. What I want you to do, because I'm gonna address everything of what you're saying. You feel what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay, okay.
I'm not expecting you to answer everything that you say, but if it's a hard bullet point, bro, you need
Not at
to
all,
elaborate
not at
just a
all.
little.
Okay,
You
what you need? What you want some clarification on?
clarification. No, you good for now. I want to go to Zach.
Okay.
What?
I want to go to Zach. Come on, man, because like I said, look, I see that you give it up on how you feel. So talk to us, brother.
What happened?
Look.
Can you say the question? Can you say the question again?
The question is this, man. Do you feel it's a generational gap, in your opinion, between families?
I mean, I guess yes and no, but it's like it's not nobody's fault. Like it's just like time. Like take we didn't have like like places we could group chat like this now. I mean, we did. I guess we did, but I don't know. It's just nobody's fault. Like everybody's living. Everybody got to go through their journey. Everybody got to find their path. Like the
Mm.
gap, I don't really believe in gaps because gaps is not real because it can be closed. So I don't really like. I don't really think it's always a place that we can come around. Everything comes full circle. That's what I'm basically saying. Like the
That's it.
gap is always going to be there, but everything comes full circle. So the gap at the end of the day, it really don't matter because we all gonna wake up the next day and realize that hey, we need each other, we miss each other, and we gonna find a way to contact each other because as we do, like this is happening right now. Like we literally closing the gap right now. So gap, I mean, it won't be a gap anymore. So uh, that's my answer.
Look at what that third eye doing for you, Zach. I see you, dog.
I think
Um,
I think I think it will.
You think
David,
it will? It
I mean,
won't.
like I think to a certain extent it will close the gap, but I think it's a lot more healing that needs to be done.
all
Just
right.
like you said,
Okay, let us do this.
yeah.
Everything got to come circle. Yeah.
I
David,
think
That's
it's on
I
you.
that's
think I think that what Vaun just said, man, is a poignant statement, man.
Now, hold on, dog, because I want the youngins to get out what they have to say, and we're gonna go back and address it. Okay, because the bottom line is we talked about it yesterday. Yo, you might be right, but also you have some responsibility to that too.
that's what I'm saying.
You
Yeah,
feel, you
gotta
feel
take
what
some
I'm saying?
responsibility. Yeah,
Zach,
absolutely.
Zach, you said some great shit. That's real because Zach is being optimistic about it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, damn, David, did we lose you, dog?
Yeah, he be back. I mean,
Yeah, I got him. Keith, and it's not fair because you pretty much been living down here, but give us your
Man,
best opinion.
yeah, I like for me personally, I reach out. You get what I'm saying? Because I seen my dad reach out to certain individuals and on his side of the family, and I was only able to see my mom's side of the family half of my life, majority of my life, and it wasn't. I can't really speak on why I haven't seen you know, Vaughn, Zach, David as much as I would see my cousin Corey, Judah, or Ricky. You know what I'm saying? But I just know the love has never changed, and it's always been the same for me. You know, and I remember like a highlight for me was when I was a sophomore in college, and it was during 4th of July, like that around. We had a family reunion, and I was hanging out with Zach and Lowe, and we was chilling that big
Oh
ass
yeah.
park.
Oh
You get
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Oh
that,
yeah.
like for real. And I was able to see Vaughn again. You get what I'm saying? And see David and just be around that environment because I felt like I needed that. But I had to go back to school. I wanted to stay. You can ask my dad. I didn't want to go back home at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get that, and I understand that's my dad's side of the family. I know my mom's side of the family. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
and
Okay.
I've been, especially when my grandma passed. I know it was tough to come up there. You know what I mean? Like it just what it was. And my dad could tell. My dad and my two uncles could tell me all the stories, and I had to live through them. But guess what? I'm older now, and I'm able to figure it out and build these relationships with my dad's side, like this side of the family. And I'm happy, being able to talk to Zach about different business line of credit that we talked about a while ago. Talk to Dave about day one. And this is the crazy thing about it, because my dad told me that Dave and Vaughn was doing Lounge Junkie. that was
That's
motivating.
what it is. I could not
That
remember that name, man.
look, that motivated, that motivated me even more because I just started my brand. You get what I'm saying? And I was living like y'all helped me keep on pushing forward. So it was never like I don't think it like for me like when it came to my cousins that are my age, I never seen a gap. You get what I'm saying? I just haven't seen y'all, and I remember those times, Vaughn, when y'all was young. I see look at pictures and like all of that was all memories for me that that won't go away, and I'm always going to have it. It's just like because his family is deeper for me, but it's just like a girl that you might have this type of uh, 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 a vision about like how she looks, or how she like, damn, this girl was so nice to me, this, down the third. That always been like for my family. I always had that type of feeling. You know what I mean? And I'm just grateful. Like I said, man, I'm just grateful to be having these conversations now, man. Because at the end of the day, I'm not playing no more, and I'm glad that you knew that I was playing now. Like I didn't know. I had no idea. Like that,
Yeah, once
and,
college
and
is done,
and the thing is, I don't even have your number to even reach out and tell you that I'm doing that, and that's
First
going
of
to
all,
change too.
sorry to
You know.
cut you off, but first of all, I'm a braggadocious motherfucker, and I posted it every fucking where. Y'all just wasn't paying attention. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying?
no problem. I'm not
But for
really
sure, I mean, but for sure, no, but for sure,
Yeah.
but that's still, I feel like it's still my, I feel like I should still reach out. So that's still
Yo,
my, it's a two-way street for
He,
sure. But I should still reach out, especially when I haven't seen you. You get what I'm saying? Like, or talk to you. And like Zach said, like to be quite honest, having the technology was the best thing to have it happen because it was before that I didn't know how to contact anyone. You know.
so,
here's the thing, man.
let David go, then you can go, Fluke. You can look at you just
Uh,
jumping in, stepping on feet, man. Stop that shit.
Dude, I've been quiet for a
um,
long ass time, dog.
Yeah, you know why? Because
Okay.
first of all, it's their show. This is why I told you we know that. We came in with this, dog. I'm gonna give you the opportunity. Come on, man.
Okay.
Come on, David.
um, I think from my understanding, because my granddad kind of kept me in the loop with everybody. Like I remember him going to Zach's games when Zach was playing at Pioneer. I remember him talking about Keith, hooping. I remember him going to Vaughn's games, Ken's games. So I was always aware of what everybody was doing, and it wasn't until I got older that I found out that there was a lot of problems at the top that trickled down to us because when it gets to us, like if the problem is already here at the top of the board, and then it gets to us, now it's about okay, like this is my closest family member, like this is who I'm gonna go with in
yep,
terms of the situation. Not even knowing all the facts or other information, that's just my instinct.
Right.
So I think
absolutely.
it's a product of us out of the business. So we don't know. So we didn't have these choices weren't made from a conscious standpoint. It was more so protection. That's
Mm-hmm.
my family member. I heard X, Y, and Z happen, so that's who I'm rolling with.
Because I
But
got a title
we,
bond with that person.
yeah. So it's like I don't think it's a generational gap. I just think it's just a lack of problem solving. Like
Mm-hmm.
things just kind of linger for years upon years, and nothing happens. This is what comes from it. Because, like I said, my granddad never told me about a problem. He had nothing but love to say about everybody in the family. So I didn't even know that there were problems until I got the information.
Yep.
And
So like when we got older, we got
once information got there, it's like, I mean, what am I going to be? I'm going to try to be the peacemaker in a situation. Like I'm going to exhaust myself doing that because if two grown adults can't talk it out amongst whatever problem they have, me being the youngest, like, what do I really do about that? And that's what when I was talking to Uncle Essie, that's what I was kind of explaining to him. I was just like, the camaraderie isn't, you know what I'm saying, like what you guys used to have it based around.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
you talking about planning a family reunion, like that takes a lot of coming together, and that strong anymore. And of course, I only know what I heard. I don't know what actually happened.
No
You
doubt.
know, like I don't know who was actually affected. I don't really know who was even right or wrong. I
And that's
just
why I
know
said
how
that.
people felt. Know how people
Yep.
felt, and I just had to make the decision based off of the information that I knew. But I personally don't have a problem with anything. But I'm not. I don't want to take on the role.
Did he
Froze
freeze?
up.
He don't want to take on the role of fixing it.
Hey, Fluke, hit us in the head, brother.
Here's the thing, man. We all could come to a consensus, man, together as a whole, man, based on us not communicating with each other. We could talk about that shit all day, man, and everybody can come up with their own personal excuse or whatever. But is it really an excuse, man? It's just a matter of effort, man. You know what I'm saying? I went to Zach game, man, when he played here at Albion College, right? And I was watching him play, and there's a lot of shit he was doing that reminded me of myself. That's genetics. That's handed down. You know what I'm saying? Genetics handed down. What did you about 6'4"? Is that?
6'4" and some change.
And
Don't forget
and
my
and,
change.
and playing center
Change, baby. There you go.
Don't
and
forget
playing
the
center,
change.
jumping out the gym. So as I was watching him play, I could see myself. You know what I'm saying? Now we could talk about the non-communication,
Jumping
but
out the gym.
innately I can identify with him, and I talked to him with his dad about that. You know what I'm saying? There is a connection there, but like Jacory said earlier, man, life get in the way, and we get caught up in our own shit. But it takes an extra effort to look, because Uncle Kenny was the master at that shit, man. Uncle Kenny connected me with all of us. He made the effort to do it. Got on your nerves, but he'll call you up and say, "Hey man, I need you to be here at this point and this time, whatever," and we go take the youngins out. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I remember Uncle Kenny when I was young. The few times I've been up there, he had the piranhas in the tank.
Yeah.
We watching Jurassic Park on the projector, and he got piranhas in there.
No. What you, not to cut you off, nephew. What you just said. Is there a gap?
I never thought it was either.
That's what I'm saying. There's not a gap because there is that the connection was made there. It's just a matter of each party saying, "Oh, that's my uncle. Let me get to know him.
But who kept that
That's
up?
my cousin. Let me get to know him." No matter what you heard, no matter it doesn't matter what you hear in the process of everything, because people talk and people have their opinion. But what is the true connection? You talk about with the Oscars and the fish tank and all that stuff, nephew. That's a connection because that was important to him. He took time to show you that. See what I'm saying?
I remember that.
So when you think about the disconnect, if you really think deep into it, there is a connection because, like you said, nephew, he showed you that. There was a pride for him. You understand what I'm saying? Uncle Ronnie, that was a pride for him how he was with me. Me and him spoke about a lot of deep shit that I never shared with anybody. You know what I'm saying? He held me responsible for certain things that was personal to him that I don't think he ever talked to anybody about. You know what I'm saying? That was me and his connection. That was our gap. I know about his grandson. I know about Zach. I know about you because of your dad, because of your grandfather. You know what I'm saying? I know about you, Vaun, because of your mother. Because she spoke those words to me, because your mother was my sister. You understand what I'm saying? So those are therein lies those personal conversations that we don't share amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? We just speak about who didn't get what at a family reunion. That surface bullshit. But I know things about you, Vaun, that your mother told me. You understand what I'm saying? So the things that she told me, I pay attention to. And you did not disappoint. You understand what I'm saying? There's an underlying thing that happens with our family where there is no disconnect. We just have to pay attention to what's being done and said. We close. I know my young cousins. I know my nephew. Did I spend time with them? No, I did not. But I know them because I speak to them. I speak to the person that raised them. I speak to the person that made y'all important. They told me about y'all. And they made a connection. And there is a connect because guess what? What I did in my life, they conveyed to y'all. You understand what I'm saying? They conveyed that. So, at the bottom line, and this is my last point, me, the first person in my recollection that went to college to play ball or whatever was your dad, Zach. He reached down to me. He inspired me to be that. You feel what I'm saying? In a roundabout way, in terms of distance, he still was that example. Then it became Keith. Then it became me. You know what I'm saying? And I would venture to guess that was passed down to y'all too. Pay attention to those guys because this is how you could do it. That is a connection. That is something that actually happened. So if you look at our family, we are an educated family, man. We are a driven family. We are a business-driven family. You know what I'm saying? Because of the people that came before us that we seem to think that there's a disconnect to. And it's really not. It's a lineage that was passed down and everybody got a piece of it and figured out how to incorporate that shit into their lives. And that's who we are.
Okay.
That's who we are. Be it business, athletics, academics, or business. There is a connection with everybody. And that is our lineage of our family, and that is something in our next family reunion that we need to talk about and embrace. Okay. Because it's been passed down to everybody. I can make a connection to all of y'all. And that's what I got to say.
Jaquari. And this is before you go, Jaquari. David, we understand you might not be able to hear us. We with you, brother. We gonna be here as long. Keep trying, man.
David need to park, man. He on the move.
Oh no, we hear you now.
This is my third time on here, man. I ain't never experienced nothing like this. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Over here.
We hear you now. We hear you now. Come on, Jaquari, it's on you.
Like I said earlier, man, I take full responsibility for my disconnection, man. I do. I really can't. I've been sitting here listening to what you guys been saying, and I can't. I wouldn't even disrespect that situation by trying to come up with a reason. I'm gonna just say, man, that from this point on, I'm here. You know what I mean? And that's That's the start. You know, and I'm not. The onus can be put on, you know, everybody as far as that goes. I mean, we all drop the ball at some point. You know,
Agreed.
uh, but we cloud the situation when we try to figure out a reason to pick the ball back up. Ain't no reason. Ain't got to be no reason. It is what it is. We all got the same blood, man. Everybody on this panel's got the same blood.
Y'all tatted on me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, it's only. I usually don't answer. I usually answer one or two of the questions that we have. So I'm gonna answer that. All right, man. Put that chicken wing down, dog. But I'm going to answer this particular question. See, here's the thing. I can really, truly take it personal and say, well, look, y'all telling me that I don't look. Yeah, Stacy, we see your comments, my guy. They up on the screen. That's Stacy. Love music, etc., whatever. That's your Uncle Stacy,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we see you, Stacy. We got you, dog. You want to be profound? We own you, man. You look beautiful. You're doing a great job. But let me just say this: understanding my journey and my brother's journey when it comes to our family during the quote unquote golden era of our family, we had a different experience, right? Am I gonna sit here and say, "Oh, this and I did da"? No, what I understood was that I learned from my mother and my father, my aunts, my uncles, the family, the cousins I call my aunts, the love. This is what I embrace. See, me personally, everybody on this screen, what I have done was reach out, right? Now, am I taking credit for doing something profound? No. What I want you to understand is when you hear from me, it's because I want you to know that I'm there. My brothers, both of them said it, did a beautiful job. And basically what we're all saying is you can say you have if you have situations where you might have friction with a family member and all of this, or sometimes it's easier to have a reason not to reach out, right? But I tell myself all the time, and a good friend of mine said it, I am a vessel, and I'm being filled by what God wants me to give to other people. It's not me. When I reach out to you, when I see you, when I text you, when I do certain things, it's because I'm supposed to do it. I'm not motivated to do it. I'm not motivated to do it. I mean, come on, dog. Family. There's no way I'm going to be closer. And there's no disrespect to if you feel this way, guys. But there's no way I'm going to be closer to somebody outside of my family than my family. You feel what I'm saying? But I've seen that. Not in our family, because I don't look for it. Because I don't want to be angry about it. I'm going to keep it a buck. But I've seen it with good friends who was more like a brother to me than they were with their own brother. And they would say to me, hey, we don't have nothing in common. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, we don't have anything in common. This is what's going on. I'm like, yo, you don't want to have anything in common. Let that man cut your throat or did something to put you in prison, right? You don't have to like them, but you gotta love them because that's your family. You feel what I'm saying? Now, am I
Facts.
trying to convince everybody to go my way? Not even fucking close. This is what I feel. When it came to Keith, I had this conversation with Keith a long time ago. I'm gonna give y'all something personal. When I lived in Pittsburgh, I was 300 fucking miles away from my home. The people that I love, my mother and father. And I told my son that I did not go home enough. Now, I love my in-laws, but I seen them entirely too much. I know what they had, what dinner they had on the fucking Wednesday. You understand what I'm saying? I was up there so much. There's no disrespect to them. It's the simple fact that you cannot, especially if you have people that you love, you cannot be too busy to forget those people that you love. I don't care. I reiterate, I don't care if you don't agree with me. I'm telling you how I feel because I let everybody get their shit off.
Bro, here's the thing, man. And not to cut you off, man. Real talk, man.
What you did, but go ahead.
We all can be accused of whatever, man. But what do you do moving forward, man? You know what I'm saying? It's easy, man, to identify with somebody that agrees with you. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, there have been conversations that have been made based on people not wanting to speak up or whatever, and there is a connection. It's just less talked about, man.
What is your point, man?
My point is, I can sit up here and talk about, man, this person don't call me or that person don't contact me all day long, but there are people that does. There are people that does, and we speak about this very topic.
Well, appreciate that.
It is not as bad as you think. If only we get outside of ourselves and say, you know what? That's true. I'm talking about on the positive side of things.
That's a great point. Great point.
You know what I'm saying? And that is my experience. You know what I'm saying? I reach out. It's not reciprocated. But what I stand on, I don't stand on what's not being reciprocated. I stand on what I'm doing because that's how I feel about shit. Because that's what I want. Mm-hmm. That's what I want, need, and desire in my life. That connection. Mm-hmm. That connection. If it's not reciprocated, that's not on me. You know what I'm saying? I just said to y'all earlier, I said, man, I can speak on everybody on this panel. What they've been through in their life. Their experience, because it was conveyed to me. That's not being talked about. That aspect of it is not being talked about.
Hey, look.
Now, if you think about it, you know I'm right.
All right. And what I want to do, because we having a real conversation, and this is 2 hours into this thing. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys are into the conversation. So what I want to do is give everybody the last words, and then we're going to go into your last segment then. All right? So what I mean the last words is, we'll start with you, Vaun. So you can set the standard for these guys, because you're the old head of the group. So
hey, Zach, ain't you older than Vaun, man?
No, hey, Vaun older than me too.
Oh, he is? Damn, Vaun, you old as a mother.
But Vaun, really what I want you to do is speak on your experience tonight and, what you came away with. And that's the question that's the little statement for the ending note, guys. So it's on you, Vaun.
Pretty much what I came away with is that we just got to do better. No sense of point blames or no sense of harping on the past or what we can do. I mean, what we can't do or what's not been done. Just focus on what we can do, and like you said, just continue to build from here. I definitely feel like more phone numbers need to be exchanged and moved around. Yeah, that's really about it for real. Yeah, and I noticed that. I feel like I might need to talk to cousin Zach a little bit more, man. Tell him, man, there's hope out here, man. All these ladies ain't foul, man.
That's deep. That's deep, cuz. That's deep, cuz. And that's real.
I don't like names foul. I don't like names foul. And Keith, look, Keith, you in the right direction, man. Just take your time with that young lady, man. Don't rush the flow, man. That's
My
it. Just
man.
take your time, man. That's it.
My
Hey,
man.
hey, Vaughn,
They
Vaughn,
Appreciate the
already know
Vaughn,
what they
I
Let,
said,
let
You
me
know what
talk.
I'm on.
come on this
Yeah.
side. Come over. Come over.
Right. Hey, I'm lonely over here, man. I'm lonely over here.
Hey,
You
hey,
know.
hey, Fat, age before beauty, baby boy. It's on you.
Well, I'm beauty, so I ain't got nothing to say. Just live your best life. Find something happy and keep doing it.
Okay. Okay. David.
Kind of piggyback off what Vaughn said is going forward. We can develop a new mentality with it, but all in all, man, I think everybody should just take care of themselves so it can make that process a little more feasible for others. Address the things you need to address on your own, find your happiness, find what feeds your soul. And I feel like once you find that and you develop that sense, it'll be a lot easier to deal with others.
No doubt. No doubt. Keith.
And like I said before, I'm just happy to be able to talk to my older cousins, being able to talk to my uncles, and my dad being able to, do, talk to the family, because I just remember, before they started doing the podcast, because he spoke about it yesterday. He did the family. He was doing the family zooms. You know what I mean? And I just think that just by starting that was able to get to this point. You feel me? It got to start somewhere, you know. And if you really got love for your family, this try a attempt, like that's my main thing. This attempt at it, and it shit. If it failed, it failed. But at least you tried. You can't like if you're not trying. How can you even say that you even it's just if you're not trying, man, it doesn't work, and that's my main
Right.
thing. Like I just really appreciate the time for all all you men to come out here and speak with me and vice versa. I'm always willing to speak with you guys. That's my main thing because I was literally down south by myself with my family, wanting to be with you guys, and because I understood that family is the only thing that I had, and so I appreciate and cherish that to the utmost.
Can I say one more thing before we move on, though?
Go ahead, Jack. Vaughn.
Oh, hey, shout out to all the ladies in the family. I know we really ain't gave too much light on them, but shout out to them, man.
Hey, Vaughn.
Shout out to them.
Stop it.
Hey,
Stop it.
Look,
hey,
Vaughn
shout out,
always
man.
trying to talk to somebody.
Hey,
Vaughn always
hold
trying to
on.
talk to somebody about the ladies. You
First
can
of
talk.
No,
all,
I'm talking about family. I'm
Listen,
talking about
I
family. I'm
know
talking about the family.
these
about the family.
these.
Vaughn,
about
no
the family.
disrespect. No disrespect because we got strong, beautiful women, but we
Yeah.
talking about us today. Leave it
They
alone
got
right
daytime.
now, bro. That's real. They gonna get the opportunity, and they always have that
I just
Hey,
got
Vaughn.
a phone call like, hey, why y'all didn't say nothing about us? I just know I'm gonna get a phone call.
Hey,
I
tell
know
them
I'm
to
gonna get
call
a
me.
phone call.
Vaughn,
All
tell them
right.
to call me.
All right.
Is that
All
the
right.
reason why you made that statement, man? Because that's how you feel, man.
There you go, man. Be quiet, Snoop. You don't have.
You said that because that's how you feel, dog. Hey, man, don't run from that.
Nah, light
You giving a
skin.
shout out to the women that you love.
Man, why they trying to hit you in that light skin stuff?
Hey man, gotta talk about
The
too,
hell,
man.
the hell, you think it's different? That shit ain't different. That's real. That's life. That's what it is.
Hey, Jaquari, it's on you, brother.
You know, y'all some long-winded motherfuckers, man. So I had to write mine down.
Oh shit, you going to the phone, bro?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
bro.
now here's some deep shit finna come now, y'all.
Yo, put your glasses
No.
on.
I can't find. I can't find them on my medicine bag, man. I'm all fucked up.
Yo, man.
All right, I truly been inspired by this conversation. I thank you for your time, and you are now officially recurring guests, fellas.
No doubt.
That's what we do. That's what we do on this show. So if you have anything you want to rap about, hook up with Keith and let's get it popping, man.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Before I go to Fluke, my last words is this. First of all, it's about the conversation. More than whether or not, I hope people don't think we was pointing fingers. I hope people don't think that we was doing any kind of pushback, because we talked about it yesterday. It's about you expressing who you are, where you're coming from, is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brothers, we really and truly thank you, gentlemen, because you came in and you were very earnest, and you was very and you're very respectful and very knowledgeable on what you were talking about. But we already knew that. It's not a surprise to you. It's not a surprise at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I asked you young men on for a reason, and other young men who couldn't make it. I asked you on for a reason because we wanted to hear from you, period. And Keith spoke on the family Zoom. We're going to start it up next month. It's always the first Saturday of the month. Guys, all I'm saying is I'm going to shoot you the Zoom link. Show up and say hello. You don't have to stay. Yeah, it's on a Saturday, and you pretend to have a lot of shit to do on Saturday, but you got enough time to say hello. You feel me? It's real. Now, Damon, go ahead and bring us on home, brother.
Excuse me.
Here's the thing, man. All four of y'all brothers, man. I want y'all to know, man, that I know a little something about y'all, man. Y'all don't know that because we don't communicate. But I know something about y'all, man. I was told about y'all. That said, here's the thing, man. We could talk about the disconnect and all that stuff, but it really doesn't matter, man, because there's an opportunity that we can take, between ourselves to get to know each other. We just have to make the effort, man. You know what I'm saying? If the effort is not being made, then you can come up with the excuse that there's this disconnect, man. You know what I'm saying? I know my nephew. You know what I'm saying? I adore my nephew. I'm inspired about his life. I know David, man. David is mature beyond his years. Zach, a hustler. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Vaun holding shit down, man, based
Facts.
on what he see with life and his woman and trying to move forward. You know what I'm saying? I get that. I understand that. And that is something, man, that they came. I don't know if they got all their moving forward through osmosis or whatever, man. They just there. And it's family shit. We are a very dynamic family, man. You think about it, man. Out of all the families y'all know, who is like us, man? Even though we have complaints about we're not connected. But we are. We are. Each and every one of us, from man to woman, is dynamic, man, in their own special way. We just have to communicate that with each other because through genetics, man, we are powerful in our own right, man. We just are. You know what I'm saying? The thing that keeps us from recognizing that, man, is because we don't communicate. But we are all the same. We all successful. From man to man, we successful. Our family, our lives. You know what I'm saying? Zach talked about relationships, but with Zach, man, he focused. He focused. And we have to respect that. We don't throw in whether or not he got a woman in his life. No, we throw in whether or not he focused on himself. You know what I'm saying? That matters. That means something because guess what? Who life do you change? The person that you're talking to or the person that's watching you from afar? In my experience, that person is watching me from afar. That's my experience. You see what I'm saying? So we can continue to do what we do as the men that we are. We can continue to do that. On the other stuff, man, we work through it. But at the end of the day, are we all not successful? Even with the age gap, we are. And I would like to think I had something to do with that. Not in your own endeavors, but being a man. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at my life consists of doing the best I can, and if somebody can get something out of that shit, then that's a plus, right? It's a plus. You know what I'm saying? And that matters, and that means something. Because guess what, man? When we got all recognized, man, that the world, man, is actually really truly against us. From the inception. And we are still successful. So what that says about you and your character and who you trying to be. That man that you are. It's not about the money. It's not about that. It's about you. You know what you're projecting on a positive level. You have no control over that, man, because people have the ability to look at and say, you know what, that dude is good, man, for me, or he's not. I think when people look at each and every one of y'all lives, I think people can say, damn, that's a good dude, and he's taking care of his business. And as black men in this world that we live in, we cannot ask for any more than that, man. That's just what it is. That's just simply what it is. You know what I'm saying? So let's not be too hard on ourselves or the people that surround us, especially the people that surround us because we claim to love them and accept them for what they are, by their mistakes and shit. By their mistakes. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. I love my family, man. And my family do not disappoint on any level. And that's all I gotta say.
Well, I want to say, before we get out here, so guys, when we go offline, stay on for a couple minutes. We're going to chop it up just for a couple minutes. But I want to say, my brothers, in that segment, in cooking terms, put a fucking foot in it. Great damn job, guy. Great job. Inspirational, insightful, great job. I want to read this from Stacey Chauncey, and we were just talking about the gap earlier. This is why he was insisting that we see it. I put it on the screen before, but I want to bring it to light. You know what I'm saying? He says the gap. There's a gap, and we can choose. We can close it. If we choose to take responsibility to do better, we have to maintain our unity at all costs. pretty deep. All right. But Damon, Corey, great job, man. As always, a great, insightful job, man. You did great. Vaun,
And you, and you,
Vaun
brother,
Chauncey,
you too, brother.
Yes, sir.
Zachary Williams, David Davis, Keith Armstrong, Jr. You represented your situations well, my guy. Great job. And this ain't from a family opinion. This is from a worldly opinion, man. Great job. Any
My
last
ne-
words before we get off here?
Yeah, my nephew, man. I admire you, bro. You a strong dude, man. You know what I'm saying? You keep your cards close to your breast, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to penetrate that shit, man, but when I do, I'm like, damn, this dude deep, man.
All right. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. We're on every Friday at 7:30. Please go like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to go up to 1,000. We're about 900% away from that, but talk to us, baby boy. Let's go.
He said 900%.
Um,
Damn.
hey, thank everybody for tuning in to Strong Perspective Podcast. We out of here. Have a good night.
Peace.